Robert Gagne describes conditions of learning as a means through which individuals and groups acquired relevant skills to be accepted in society. According to him, learning is a direct result of human behavior which is influenced by the environment and the individual thinking process of the learners, that he categorized into five. First, verbal information. It includes declarative knowledge that is stored in distributed forms. It should be related to previous information that draws attention to other features by including variations in speech or print, and provides meaningful content for effective encoding and cues for effective recall and generalization. For instance, the face-to-face discussion or calling from telephone. In intellectual skills, it includes procedural knowledge, such as steps of a process or hierarchies with higher and lower order skills. There is a need for a prior knowledge here. It calls attention to distinctive features and stimulates the recall of the previous learned component skills. For instance, the reading or remembering logical reasoning. In cognitive strategies, there are skills that influence the skills and activate of other systems by breaking the problems into parts. It uses less prior knowledge and more practical examples and experiences, backed by the feedback on the strategy or outcome. For instance, making mind maps and underlining keywords. In motor skills, it deals with skills where errorless performance is expected. It encourages mental practice. Prior learning of the process and practice enhances the overall process. And lastly, the attitudes. It is the mental states that influence an individual's action and require a human observe and learn from those who provide feedback. Each step highlights a form of communication, and when one step is completed, learners tend to retain and apply the skills taught in a better and effective way. So these are 9 levels are: first, level 1, gaining attention. So this is where the teacher piques the learner's interest, such as giving a little twist of games for them to catch up their attention. Level 2, informing learners of the objective. This is where the teacher discusses what will be the thought. Before proceeding to the main topic, give or read first what is the learning objectives or the lessons you will given for them to have an understanding or clear direction. Level 3, stimulating recall prior of learning. This is where the teacher asks questions to call upon what they already know. For instance, recalling the previous topics he already taught for them to refresh or remember the lesson. Level 4, presenting the stimulus. This is where you teach the lesson. This is you can start or begin the lesson for them to understand. 5, providing learning guidance. This is where it allows the teacher facilitated student practice. 6, eliciting performance. This is where the learner have to complete a task on what was they thought. Level 7, providing the feedback. This is where let the learner know how they did a task. Level 8, assessing performance. This is where the teacher evaluates the learner on what their knowledge of what was taught. 9, enhancing retention and transfer. This is where the teacher provides an activity to help the learners remember what was they thought. Gagne's condition of learning has its own pros and cons. People who learning issues may respond better to regime that is clearly very systematic, where learners are provided with resources and a blueprint for learning. It can also be adjusted to suit their needs. However, it is also requires a great deal of assessing overall where critical thinking and instructions can't be avoided. This practice may restrict learners' imagination and exploration instinct. But, but overall, these nine are the nine events of instructions, systematically designed as formation blocks of learning in modern classrooms.